Wow, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How we doing today? All right, today is very simple. Our goal is to get to the point we have a structure and foundation. Let's remember something. Structure builds foundation, builds dreams. What does that really mean? If you don't have the foundation or the structure, you can't accomplish your goal. What you have to realize is to protect yourself, your assets, and your family, and all this crazy stuff out there. So if we look at what we're trying to accomplish and do, structure builds finance and builds dreams. How do we get to the point we have that structure, that finance, and the dream? See, the bottom line is we have to go back to a couple of things, okay? And share the live. It always reminds me to tell you to do that too. It's very good. We have about 32,000 followers. And this is our 12th week trying to help people on TikTok and social media. Prior to all this, it was very simple. What did I do? I wrote checks to Sirius Radio, TV, and radio for millions and millions of dollars all the time. I was the second largest advertiser in California for many, many years, about 32 years. So the main thing for me is building a structure that gives me the finance for the dream. Okay, and like I said, share the live with everybody you can. The main thing today is let's figure out what you want to do. Let's say you wanted to get a corporation or $1 million company. $1 million company is fine. It's not hard to do, but you're going to get knocked down 1,000 times. You're going to get knocked down so many times you're going to want to give up. Most of you do, unfortunately. Don't give up. Fight through the pain. Structure builds finance in the dream. Today, if you had a LLC, a C Corp, an LLP, an S Corp, PC, or what's called nonprofit, that's a foundation. See, when you build the structure, basically how you put what's going to be done on that structure, you can't build it on sand. You got to build it on rocks. The main thing is understanding structure builds finance and dream. It's very simple. If I take a corporation or whatever you want to call your corporation today, because the argument is the LLC. In the original book, Supreme Court said LLC is a limited liability corporation. Unfortunately, some ding-dong in books later on called it a company. Okay, it's the same thing, but everybody wants to argue the point. I don't have an corporation, I got an LLC. Bottom line is we have to look at things, okay? Good morning, Johnny. How you doing? Johnny Grimes, okay. Now, if today you say you want to change your life, the main thing is structure builds finance and dreams. Most people got stuck in their rut. They got the same routine. The routine is very simple. You go to work, you fight through the pain, you pay your bills, and you're exhausted at the end of the day. And you're fighting through the pain. Unfortunately, you get stuck in the routine. Maybe you got married, you had kids, wife, husband, or whatever it is, and then you got that 2 dogs, cat, and a fish. See, the reality is very simple, structure. When I started my first organization, I didn't know what I was doing. Like most of us, maybe probably you. I heard a corporation is a legal person. That's what I heard. Okay, all right, again, this massa, something Nelson, say hi, say hi. So what happened? I heard a corporation is a legal person. Now, I didn't know the difference between LLC, C Corp, S Corp, whatever. I just heard the corporation is a legal person. I went to the library to figure this out. I wanted to understand what it meant. The reality is I looked up the law and accounting. Chapter 18, let's understand Chapter 18. Chapter 18, Supreme Court said that an LLC, there are 9 types now, an LLP, a C Corp, an S Corp, a nonprofit, or PC. There are 6 kind of foundations that you could say is a company. This is what Supreme Court said. Supreme Court said these are legal people. So the reality is very simple. It's like you today, you have an SS5 form filed with the IRS. Most of you don't even know what an SS5 is, but it's filed with the IRS and they track you and your income. The SS5, you should be writing that down and understand how it works because the IRS has it on file with every one of you. You can fill out a form called SS5, or mommy did, and that's how they track us, and we're bonded at $35 million a piece. Then you get your SSM. Then you get your tax, what? You get your paycheck. It's taxed. You get the leftover. And everything you touch is tax, tax, tax again and again. What happens, you have to understand something. So good morning, Grant Queen. Okay, I guess what you go by, fantastic. Good morning, Jay. All right, good morning, every one of you, so understand. When I started my first organization, I didn't know what I was doing. I looked on the court, law, accounting, Chapter 18 at the library. It said it cost $10. You got $10 today? That's what I did. I sent away $10. I filled out the envelope, got a money order, everything else, and I sent away $10 to the Secretary of State of California. It came back. Okay, I named it Helping Hand Industries. All right, here's black folk, kid folk. How you doing? You've been a client for 35 years, so is your family. It's great. So it came back. So I named it Helping Hand Industries. Now, I named it that way for a couple of reasons. A, I was looking for a helping hand. Everybody thought I was going to give the helping hand. Helping hand is, I need a helping hand. Help me, I know what I'm doing. And then instead they said, well, help me. So helping hand became both sides of the world. Now, by the way, when I sent away my $10, you can look on Secretary of State's website today. I was 9 years old. That's right, 9. I heard a corporation was a legal person at 7.5 years old at Mrs. Hope's house. Mrs. Hope she took care of me, right? Because I was born in a taxi and left to die in a trash can. But then she was a she-devil from hell anyway, so she used and abused. I needed out of hell. So foundation was important to me. So today, if you look at foundation, structure, it'll build your dream in finance. So let's write it down. Here's Sky Guy, okay? Sky Guy. Let's turn you into a corporate millionaire. Is that okay? Let's turn all of you into a company worth $1 million. Is it hard? No. Will you get knocked down 1,000 times? Hell yeah. The world wants to knock you down. Your friends and family take advantage of you. And what do? You get ripped off. You paid money for what? A company or LLC or corporation? Okay? What happens is very simple. Okay? I own 2 houses. Okay? It said, no, I own 2 horses. It said horses. So I don't know if it's horses or houses. Okay? Fantastic. Okay? So understand, if it's making money in those, they should be divisions. So here's the structure. Structure was basically what I structured for myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm 9.5 years old. I sent away $10. You get $10, that's what it costs. Back then, now that same corporation today is $30. You see, unfortunately, most of you spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that's actually free. And now finally, we got some people that say near the free. They are. All corporations are free. I'm still confused. Well, then call one of our specialists, see if they can unconfuse you. The main thing today is very simple. All right, what is structure? Okay, get unconfused. Get out your tablet and pen. Pay attention. A structure to build finance and dream could be that LLC. Maybe you have one. There are 9 kinds. Okay. From there, 7 o'clock this morning, having fun with people. What am I doing now? 3:15 in the morning. So look at your watch today. It's 3:15 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Okay, and I go online twice a day, Monday through Friday, and I'm online 6 times on Saturday. And if you watch all that and you're confused, then you're not paying attention because I give you thousands and thousands and thousands of structure that you should be thinking about every day. So the bottom line for me, Helping Hand Industries was my first organization. That's what it was. Did I know what I was doing? No. Same thing with most of you. Most of you paid for a piece of paper, a corporation, LLC or something, and I don't think you know what you're really doing. I had to learn how to do things myself because I had nobody. Structure, finance, and dream. So again, I was 9.5 years old. They had a poker game, okay? C Corp is better than having employees, corporations better than individuals, am I understanding? Well, first of all, a C corporation, if it's profitable, should turn to an S. Okay, employees work for the corporation and you give them a paycheck, which is taxed, which you probably get a paycheck today that's taxed on you. You're understanding some pieces. You need to put all the pieces together. Again, it's like an LLC. Limited liability company, it's actually a corporation. If it makes money, it should convert to an S, single filing for the corporation. Structure is very simple. So what I did is through that structure, I kept going to the library. I would read an average of 15 books a week studying law and accounting. I wanted to figure it out. One thing that happened weird to me is basically I got all these credit cards in the mail. Let's go back in time. See, years ago, 70s and 80s, credit cards came in the mail. All they said is initiate, activate the card. See, we didn't have to use SSN and SS4. But again, that's 70s and 80s. Then all of a sudden they changed rules and tools. But again, they didn't change you using your social. Right now you have an SS5 form filed with the IRS. You should do that. Why should it be an S Corp if it's profitable? Because the C Corp is double taxed. Ding dong, ding dong. To understand structure. Because I said so. Because I built $60 billion of credit for my clients and myself, and I'm the godfather of credit if you pay attention. But again, Would you want to be double taxed? Stay C. That's up to you. Studying the law and accounting, all right, my whole life. Okay, I wanted out of hell. I had explained to Ted Turner, okay, why and how I got over $100,000 credit cards in the mail. I explained to him the same thing I explained to you. The SS4 has 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. It's double tax for the employees. No, it's double tax for you. You're the founder of the C Corp. Okay? But again, pay attention. Let me finish what I'm saying, because maybe you just want free information and scroll off to something else. If you pay attention and focus, you get to millionaire status, but that's up to you. Focus. Okay? All right? The difference is you got to get to the point you're making money first. Structure. I explained to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 years old. 9.5 years old. Okay? There's 26 ways to use an SS4. Write it down. You see, I kept studying, and yes, I went to school, got all the paper, and blah, blah, blah. God bless me. I have total recall on most things. I wrote both hands to talk at the same time, and it rhymed all the time too. I mean, IQ's off the friggin' chart. I didn't go to high school. I tested out at T-Week, junior high, Orange Coast College. Simple. Would have wasted my damn time to go to high school. Bunch of ding-dong screwing off. No, that's not me. Now, through this process of structure, what I want you to focus is, do you have an LLC? If you do, what kind do you have? Do you have a C Corp? C Corp, closed corporation. Do you have an S Corp? Do you have an LLP? Do you have nonprofit? Do you have a PC? Supreme Court, very simple, if you go back in time, said all these categories are a legal person. Legal person. So good morning, Ray. Good morning to you back as well, okay? Good morning to all the other people. So what do? Structure builds finance and dream. So the bottom line today, you personally, you're using your personal credit maybe to start a business. I call that dumb. There's no reason to use your personal credit. Maybe if you start the foundation. See, a corporation can build its own credit. Corporation has an SS4. And because I helped set up the system, I can show you exactly how to do this. All right, just being pretty. Okay, that's good. Happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday back to you. Master rule. All right, no problem. Good morning, good morning. So all through the process, I did Helping Hand Industries, and I'm trying to learn. That's what I did. Now I created my first entity. Understand something? Got credit in the mail. The ultimate goal is very simple as I did this process. Now, I'm a guy that creates things. I invented something called Car Finder. It became part of a GPS system today, okay? So I have patents, all kinds of stuff. I'm just researching, inventing things, and blowing up fuses, almost blew up a house and a car as well. But the reality is, in 1976, okay, I had $1 million in the bank, or 76. I had my structure. I had corporation owning corporations, because that's what it showed. Laws would say Bank of America owns branches. They bankrupt branches, they keep the assets of the parent company. That's structure. Last year, 22,000 banks were bankrupt. Not the bankrupts themselves, the banks, it was their divisions, their subsidiaries. So banks decided last year to close 22,000 locations down by bankrupting them. And that's what they did. You see, it's automatic stay, it's Federal Protection Act. So they have bad location, they bankrupt a piece, and they keep the assets. The reality is that taught me what I can do for myself and what you should do for you and understand structure, finance, and dream. Structure, finance, and dream. So share the live, share it with everybody. Please tap the screen 1,000 times. I'm going to give you a bunch of goodies today just for free for the fun of it. So here we have Linda as well. Join through the invite of William. Okay, that's fine. That's what it does. All my clients, 50 million people I've helped over 50 years, always refer people to me all the time. I did gain about 39 millionaire clients over the years. Thank you for the goodies as well, and got the badges as well. This is my 12th week on TikTok and social media. I'm used to just writing checks for millions of dollars for radio and TV, and I used to be the second largest advertiser in California for many years. For my event on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I've been teaching and preaching for 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get to millionaire status, I'll teach you that. But you have to pay attention, listen, learn. It's foundation. Foundation builds structure and dreams. So what do? First of all, we have to understand. When I created Winning the Game of Business, This is 1976, by the way. 1976. So in 1976, I have patents and stuff, and car finder, and $1 million in the bank, and I'm helping myself and helping people. I realized back then is a corporation owning corporations. That's where some people today are silly enough. You need 5 LLCs. Back then you might have. Today you don't. The world's changed. It's division process. Divisions actually do better than a bunch of LLCs. The problem you have today, let's write it down again. If you have an LLC, there's 9 types. It is on Secretary of State's website. When they sue it, they sue you. It's simple. You're on the bank account. LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit PC. You're the founder. When they sue that and there's a lawsuit, they're going to sue you because you're the founder. You're controlling the money. Okay, it's simple. For instance, with Chase or then PNC. PNC wants a tax return. All right, Chase, I can do it with the average balance if I do it right, but it's up to you as well. That's structure and finance. Thank you for joining the gifts and everything. That's in the club. So what do? Let's say today you have one of these pieces, LLC, LLP, C Corp, whatever. If you don't, it's in the link tree. It's free. Get it for free. Well, what does that mean? Very simple. Blessings to you too and everyone else. So get it in the link tree. It's free. File it. In other words, I give corporations for free to everybody in 50 states. The problem is you spend thousands of dollars to an attorney or CPA, and they didn't teach you diddly squat. And you spend thousands and you pissed it away. If we focus on the structure, which is the articles of a corporation, even the articles for LLC says articles of corporation, by the way. You pick what kind you want, what state. Now, then you tax it and you open the bank account, no problem. We go through a process in a class every Saturday. I'd like you to write down basically 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. I'd like you to join me. So 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. Write it down. Let's compare watches, all right? So you have the right time zone, depends where you're at. Here it is 3:42 in the morning, 3:42, okay? So what time is it in your area? It'll tell you your time zone. Maybe you're Central, maybe you're basically Eastern or something. So 3 o'clock this afternoon, I would like you flat out to do one thing and join me for an hour and a half. I'd like you to have a tab in front of you. I'd like you to take all your personal credit cards and have in front of you as well. I'd like you to have a tab of stickies. I'm going to teach you how to build finance in the dream. So reality is 12 months or less, you could have up to $100,000 of income. So maybe you want a pad or you want basically a mouse pad as well. I'll send you one. Simple. DM us, we'll send you a mouse pad. If not, take a picture. It'll last longer. What happens is very simple. Structure is finance, stream. As I put out Winning the Game of Business years ago, and that was fun in 1976, I kept changing it. See, the laws changed. So what happens is very simple. In 76, this is what we did. In 1985 and 86, I created something called division process. The division process. You see, the entities I've named, your name's on it, so they sue you. That's a big problem, no matter what you do. And I have a couple of problems, I'll tell you the truth. I rhyme all the time. I write both hands and talk at the same time, and my IQ is off the chart. When I was a kid, they said it was dumb. It's not very nice of them, but that's what they said. Okay? Reality is simple. If you share the live today, I'd like you to get the free download for your kids. This is called Starting Out Right. It's in the link tree. It's right below. So get this very simple. So what happens is for you, Starting Out Right is for your kids. That way they can learn how not to screw up like we all did. This should have been taught in school a long time ago. You see, all through the process of all this, I got to help Ken Yarborough. All right, he was security chief at TRW. And what I got to do is consult for TRW and him. It's very simple. So as we process this as well. So bottom line today is, if you share the live, I'll help you as well. What book illustrates division process that you've written? There's 67 books, so pick one of them, okay? The Millionaire's Founder Scale is what I would pick. But I'm going to try to go into that too as these questions come across the screen. All cards fluctuate. So let's take this and understand something. Every card, now I help set up the system. What does that mean? I'm a consultant for Ken Yarborough, TRW, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I structure the oldest card is your history on your dashboard. Unfortunately, you got a lot of circus clowns out there that don't know what they're doing. No one talks about fluctuation. No one talks about the 29% rule, which they should be. You need to stick behind every card. If we take this $10,000 credit card in my hand today, Citibank, if I use it past 29%, now I'm in the yellow. 50% I'm in the red. Got it so far? So it's very simple. We have to be very disciplined on our credit. The excuse will be you lost your job, I had an emergency. Well, the reality is, let's take away the excuse. Foundation builds structure and dreams. Gold and platinum cards do not fluctuate, so let's write it down. So a gold and platinum card is unlimited to up to $1 million, and a paid overtime limit for $100,000. So if you had a bad day, week, month, or year, you'd use this card because your score would never drop. Unfortunately, 80% of you have crappy limits because what? And you have also crappy scores. You brought the pain home. You should stop that right away if you understand how to play, but it's going to be up to you. The next thing is if you have that entity, corporation, LLC, you're going to build what's called checkbook money. Let's write down checkbook money. You have 4 banks that will give you up to $150,000 of checkbook money. Done correctly, there's no tax return. Someone mentioned PNC, they have tax return. So if you have it, give that as well if that's a bank you like, your bank of choice. Now, if I build foundation for my family, let's understand, I'm going to say God first, family, money. God, family, money. That's what I've always said for over 50 years. I believe in God. I've died in a coma. I've been in 2 comas so far, and He saved my life many, many times. Family, my wife and I became one 20 years ago. So when I say family, we became one. Then we're going to look at money. If I set up my structure today, I will have Chase Bank give me 6 ink cards for $350,000. There's the money to finance the dream. That's the structure. Structure builds finance in the dream. Corporation or entity, now it's $350,000. If we have a division, we can build this per division since I created that in 1985 and 86. So that means every division can have its own $350,000 on line of credit. You could build finance and dream if you want to. But again, it's structure builds finance in the dream because that's what you need. Every credit card can do what's called daisy chaining. Please write down daisy chaining. I wrote a lot of rules and tools over the last 50 years. Every card can get you 99 more cards. The cards that I'm holding in my hand are $100,000 each paid overtime limit. So if I have it for the corporation, I have 9 divisions, I now have $1 million credit off of gold card or platinum card. Simple. But again, rules, structure, finance. Problem with most of you, sorry to say, you're not building the structure of finance. And on social media, you go in and out, and you scroll to get quick answers and questions. It doesn't help you. You didn't slow down enough to build the finance and the dream. Share the live, share the live. Do yourself a favor today. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Today. Be online with me for an hour and a half. Have your tablet, pen, and your stickies and your personal credit cards in front of you. If you do, I'm going to show you exactly the structure, okay, that you can get to $1 million corporation and have up to $100,000 a month income to the corporation. Then you'll decide your paycheck. Your paycheck should be your write-off base, by the way. So the paycheck is taxed anyway. You're taxed before you get your leftover, before you get your check. That's how the system works. That's why there's an SS5, SSN, and a 1040 tax return for you, every one of us. We'll have to follow the taxes. Structure builds finance and dream. The next thing is you build this organization to up to $100,000 a month. The thing where you have an irrevocable trust. You also have a nonprofit on top of that. You can work in conjunction and offset taxes no matter what you do. So what do? You go to the class, as Jay said, simple. Okay, I will. Well, the reality is the class is 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. Look at your watch so you know your time zone, because people always go, what time zone? Well, it's very simple. We've got 3:49 right now, 3:49. So at 3:49 Pacific Standard right now, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I try to go online every morning at 3:15. I get up at 1:45. From there, after I pray, look in the mirror, I'm bored. I like to help people. So the reality today, you can listen, learn, build your foundation, build your dream, and get the money you need to finance that dream to get up to $100,000 a month. If you have bad credit, please don't hire a credit repair company because it's against federal law. But if you do, that's up to you. By the way, 4 of you do credit repair and you're breaking the law. And if they indict you like they did Daniel in the credit repair cloud, you go to prison. If you want, ladies and gentlemen, this is winning the credit game. Winning the credit game. Okay, this book is a free download. You'll find out that I created my first $1 billion at 21. In the book, you'll see some of the 21 car collections, Lamborghinis and Ferraris. See, I got my first $1 billion at 21, structure, because I knew what I was doing. I researched. I built my foundation, the dream. 1984, things changed for me again. What happened in 84 is very simple. All right, I own 11 Shakey's Pizzas. I have 31 flavor ice cream, donut store, shopping center, and I got Subways. And I am the #1 manufacturer distributor for satellite television in the world, making millions and millions of dollars. Well, in 1984, they changed rules. So you have to change the rules. They came out and said franchise tax fee. So it looked like today. If you had those 5 LLCs as circus clowns tell you to get out there, I'd say no. California, they cost you $5,000 just to maintain them because they charge a franchise tax fee, $800 to $1,000. So what do? I looked at the form. They said fill out this, It said I had to pay franchise tax fee. By the way, that would have cost me in 1984 about $1.2 million. I went to Sacramento. I asked a basic question. Could I create an entity under the LLC, C Corp, whatever, and not pay a franchise tax fee? See, the state says a LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC is same category. It's on Secretary of State's website. And if they have a franchise tax fee to every one of them, you pay that. Unless it's a nonprofit and you have federal exemption. So they said, create a form, modify one. I went to 2 departments and I created a form and it became division process. Division process, again. So the bottom line is very simple. Division process was born in 1985-86. You're saying Bank of America, okay? Let's say Pickles, okay, question mark. Reality is there's 4 banks to pick. Chase is gonna be my #1 no matter what. Okay, Chase, U.S. Bank, B of A, Wells Fargo, in that order. Why Chase? Because there's no interest for credit cards, personal and business, up to 22 months. They'll give you a line of credit if you line it up correctly. It takes 4 months to line it up, and you usually the line of credit's up to 150. B of A will have these as well. Client has 150 times 18 now. Every division can get its own line of credit the way I designed it. Every division has its own credit file the way I designed it in 85, 86. So if we were going to build structure and finance, each location could have its own what? Finance and dream, foundation. If a entity called a division had trouble, you could disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Always look forward to your lives, useful and resilient always. So thank you. Share the live with everybody. Today it's like anything else we do. Keep in mind, I ended up working with Ken Yarbrough, TRW, became a Spirit in 96. Ken and I wrote a book called New File. I didn't like it. He called it file segregation, didn't like it. Okay, in the back of it, very simple. You'd see me, I hold the highest kick and the fastest kick in 1981. One of the 21 car collections, one of the mansions, and one of the yachts. See, I became a corporate billionaire structure at 21. 2.6 billion in 26. Before I died in that coma in 2009, our structure was 3.7 billion. But then it got stolen. What if Wells Fargo is not in your, well, I said Wells Fargo was last, so pick one of the other ones. I think Wells Fargo is a toilet, but it's the best it's out of the 4. Chase is first, again. U.S. Bank, B of A, Wells Fargo. You don't have Wells Fargo? Forget it then. Pick what's near you. And again, Chase is because they give 0 interest rate to personal and business credit cards for 22 damn months. They're nuts. There's 350,000. There's no interest for 22 months. That's free damn money. If I build my foundation and my structure, can I finance the corporation? Yes. Did I steal from my family? Hell no. Unfortunately, you might use your personal credit to start foundation, but that's about it. It's like Nick B here, and hopefully he sticks around and listens, even though he's late anyway, showing up. Structure builds finance and dream. Structure builds finance and dream. Simple. You see, if your entity has a problem, you can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. That's structure. Unfortunately, what happens is people believe that an LLC or C Corp protect them. And when they sue it, they get sued. That's what happens. Very smart man. Well, all right, I'm just what God gave me. I have an IQ off the chart. I have total recall, and I rhyme all the time, try to help people as much as I can. Well, yeah, that was the highest kick in 81, 13 feet kicked at the light in front of the Guinness Book of Records guy because he was a jerk. Anyway, so the main thing is focus, that I'm disciplined. I've been always very disciplined. And that's what our goal is. Be disciplined, finance, and build dream. All I know today is I won't bring the pain onto my family, like you. You should stop it. There's no reason to do it in the first place. All you have to do is realize how to structure. How can I start protect from a lawsuit, divisions, or proper foundation? Well, see, your corporation or LLC shouldn't do business. See, your biggest problem is you don't understand. Okay, this is your problem. If your LLC does business, it's on Secretary of State's website. There are 9 types. When they sue that because you did business, they sue you. Don't think about this corporate veil crap. All right, they're going to name you anyway in the lawsuit. You're the only voice the LLC has. Oh, it's going to protect me. Bull crap. They're going to sue you and your family because you didn't structure the right way. So you're a duck and a sheep. If that LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC had a division, you do what the banks do. See, haven't you noticed that most people and companies that are rich and famous don't allow their personal company, their business one, their parent company to do business? Why would they? The parent company never does business. It owns businesses. So that's what you do. So again, the LLC has division process. The divisions are a line of defense. When I teach somebody to have auto income, for instance, auto income, that means you have a division for Bitcoin. If you like that, you have a business division for gold, or hard gold, silver, stock trading, auto income. See, this is auto income. If you DM, we'll send you one of these. Simple, very simple. This is auto income. I've been teaching and doing auto income with my clients for over 40 years, since 1987. So if you had auto income, because you didn't pay attention, you drove by Wendy's the other day. You drove by Wendy's restaurant. Why the hell don't you own it? Why did you own 25% of it? What's wrong with you? See, that's ran by a management company. It creates an income for life and you own an asset. Okay? So what do? So it's like, let's go back here. Made an LLC to an umbrella to my other business. Well, the LLC or whatever you have, it sounds like you have multiple corporations. You don't need that. But again, have paid the yearly fee. California wants $800 flat out to $1,000. All right, if you had a bunch of LLCs, guess what? Times how many? See, that's why I say these circus clowns out there saying, you need 5 LLCs. No, you don't. That's a bunch of BS. You don't need 5 LLCs. Your parent company becomes a management company. Okay, does the DBA count as a division? It can if it's structured right, yes. But again, you said DBA. That's doing business as such you. All right, could you convert the form as a division? It can be done if it's done right. But here's your problem. You're mixing 2 things into one. There's the problem. Everybody does that. They're always mixing 2 into one. Okay, do you recommend Ramp? Ramp's crap. Mercury, that's personal car, that's crap. Okay, or just Amex. Sir, I have 10 creditors I represent. I actually am an affiliate 119. I mean like 10 of them. The rest suck. Okay? Suck. Okay? How about we look at Chase Inc.? They're beautiful. $350 per entity. Let's have more entities. Let's finance the damn dream and get off your assets and go get it. Your problem is you. I like the personal cards for Chase well. Capital One's pretty good. Spark. Okay, if you know what you're doing, because it shows up on personal business. Again, like B of A, Wells Fargo. There are 10 cards that are worth the damn. The rest suck, in my opinion. But all I know is I know how to create millions and billions. First billion at 21, second billion at 26. How am I doing so far? So I've been teaching or preaching 6 days a week to consumers for 50 years. Saturdays I have 6 live classes. 50 years I dedicated myself to help people who want to listen and pay attention and not just scroll through crap and listen to clowns. But I build millionaires and billionaires every day. Parent company like an LLC management, the manages the car. Now, you're doing double like anyone else. It's called dumb. Your LLC is the management company. It doesn't manage other corps. That's BS, because that's where the circus clowns come in. You don't need that. You pick one in the beginning. You got an LLC, then tell me what type it is. There are 9 types. LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC. Simple. Every one of these categories, Supreme Court said, is a legal person. 9 divisions below that. 9 divisions allow you to have over 1 million of credit. Share the life, share the life. Parent company manages the divisions. Thank you, Jay. All right, maybe they'll hear from both of us. We'll get it right as well, okay? So the route is very simple. Someone's talking about reference 3 times 5. We're not talking about that right now. It's in a class. It's how you leverage money. Is what I showed Warren Buffett 39 years ago. Let's stay on point. Today's topic is structure, finance, stream. Structure, finance, stream. If you share the live today, we're going to give you basically for free, in case your credit's not up to par, winning the credit game. When you look in the book, you'll see me with basically some of the 21 car collections. And they're all Lamborghinis and Ferraris. I bought my first Lamborghini when I was 16, actually 14 and a half. Did you buy one yet? All these people have their Lamborghinis and crap out there. It was simple. Pay tax, buy a Lamborghini, or buy a damn Ferrari. I'm listening and learning, but I will have to do my own research. All right? You're supposed to do your research. Get off your ass and go do your research. Okay? Go listen to Circus Clowns and come back. I'll tell you the truth. It's up to you. Okay? I'm building a trust to open a... Now, the bullshit. Okay? All right, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm just honest and blunt. See, I don't need your money. I help people because I want to. My wife calls it my hobby. I was building a trust to open a C Corp as a holding company, and I want to do track. Bullshit, bullshit. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? BS, BS, BS. Stop it. Every revocable trust is separate. C Corporation will turn to S when it makes money. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it as backwards. Unfortunately, you have too many circus clowns out there. You need an LLC. You need this card. You got to sell your trust to the LLC to the trust. I've never seen someone stupid in my life, to be honest with you. Howdy Doody's the dumbest person I saw out there with this stupid cowboy hat. He didn't know what the hell he's talking about. Listen to him. Go for it. He's been sued 16 times recently. All right? And all this crap is crap. Focus. Structure builds finance and dream. We package you personally. It is God. It is family. Husband and wife became one. That's family. And then money. If we put our personal credit on track, you take your personal card, you put a sticky in the back. It's simple. I'm Ray Reynolds, known as the Godfather of Credit. 60 billion of credit over the years for my clients and myself. What does that mean? Today, on every credit card you have, personal, you need a sticky in the back of the card, sticky. I wrote the rules. The oldest card, no, only need 1, not 10, like the ding-dong out there says. Keep all the old cards, maintain payments. It's the dumbest I ever heard in my life. The oldest card you keep, that's it. From there, every card needs a sticky. If I use a card like these past 29%, I'm now in the yellow or the red. You backed up your credit because you don't know what you're doing. Amateur hour is over, people. You're going to listen to the guy that set up the damn system. These cards do not fluctuate at all. It's gold and platinum card. They don't fluctuate. So that means if you have an old blankety blank day, month, week, or year, oh crap, what do? You protect your assets. You protect your family. You don't bring the pain home. Why would you do that? Again, your score would stay at 750 and above if you use these cards in the emergency case. That's why they're for. They don't fluctuate. I'm changing my driver's license registration address to a P.O. box today. Fantastic. Maybe everyone should do that. See, the problem you have today of all these people here is structured finance. Their car's registered to them. I mean, it's amazing. I love helping people, but I don't like dumb. It drives me, it's like just scratching that chalkboard, okay? If your driver's license has your home address on it, that's called dumb. Insurance, registration, that's dumb, 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 dumb. You're telling people where you live. It's none of their damn business. If the car's registered to you, you got a bigger problem. You have all these bloodsucker attorneys suing everybody now. Hey, call me, I'll sue everybody, blah, blah, blah. Billboards on the freeway. But what happens is simple. If the car is registered to a division, division's the duck and sheep. The division's the duck and sheep, not you. See, if you don't have a line of defense and you don't build foundation and structure, you're a duck and a sheep. You'll be 65 broke. All right? Dead or dead broke at 65 or older. It's simple. You're 75 years old below the 20 now, and you've had your friends and family rip you off. What happened? Why'd you do that? Why'd you piss away money? Why do you don't have any discipline? Why do I register the car vehicle to? Well, G would, okay. It's a division, sir, or ma'am. I don't know what, I can't tell what gender. It's a division. Good morning, Rosie. So if we focus and understand something, we have to realize the world wants to knock us down, and that's the way it is. If you don't build foundation and dream, the world's going to kick your assets, and you'll end up being broke, dead or broke at 65 plus. Getting older, slower, you're not as pretty as you used to be. It's how it works. But if you build structure, you can build finance in the dream. See, you're setting yourself up for probate for your family. Like your family before you did the same thing to you. Unfortunately, you don't understand structure. You don't understand foundation or the legacy you should be leaving your family. I studied John D. Rockefeller because he was my hero. I like that. The fact that he had irrevocable trust in 1934. They're one of the richest people in this world to this day. Okay, but it's very simple. What are the websites that offer the LLCs, packages, deal, rip off? I don't know. I don't do it. I do them for free. If you want to pay someone to do your LLC, go for it. You make the decision, okay? Unfortunately, half the people here, or 80% they say, based on statistics, they all spend something like thousands of dollars to start a corporation. Okay, they're really simple. They start why would you do that when they're free in all 50 states? All right, that's nice, Jay. You say hi to Rosie too. I love that. All right, so again, did mine myself. Well, you should. It's in the link tree. If you need a entity, LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit PC, it's free in the link tree. It'll help you. Pick one. Pick the one you want. Pay the state their fee. You're done. But the problem is you didn't learn diddly squat. I've been teaching or preaching for 50 years, 6 days a week. Where the hell have you been? I'm known as the godfather of credit, 60 billion of credit for my clients and myself. I'm the largest registered agent in the world. I've sold 10 times corporations than anybody on this planet. Where the hell have you been? Where have you been? See, it's up to you. Name somebody who's online twice a day, 6 times on Sunday, 50 years helping people with the truth. You can't besides me. So if you don't step up to the plate and listen and learn, that's on you. All I can do is help the people who want to help. I'm not trying to impress anybody, I'm just telling you the truth. Impress yourself. It is God, money, family. God, family, money. God, family, money. So all I know is I don't bring the pain home, and I have everything I want. Everything. If I want to just go get it, why not? I control corporations worth millions and billions. Don't you? I'm a puppet master, aren't you? See, the goal is you should never own anything and control everything. Not that silly yellow book out there, blah, blah, blah. There's 1,000 steps of foundation. There's a lot more than just saying that. But again, foundation builds finance in the dream. Foundation builds finance and dream. We have the ability to listen and learn if we turn these up. Write it down again and again. If you share the live today, I want you to get the free download for your kids called Starting Out Right. Starting Out Right is for the kids, high school and college. But again, when you get the thing for the kids in high school and college, read the damn book. It'll teach you how not to screw up. We've all screwed up. Congratulations. If you do the free, again, share the live. If you need help with your personal credit, it's called Winning the Credit Game. I wrote that years ago too. I've written over 67 books so far. I've got 40 being edited right now. Then you'll see some of the Lamborghinis in the car collection. See, I bought my first Lamborghini when I was 14 and a half, 15. Auction. You'll see Lamborghinis I've had all my life. Not just because they buy them today, blah, blah, look at me. No, it's called pay tax or buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. The real rules and tools. Elon Musk says pay tax or buy a spaceship. Same thing. So you got the ability to play the game to win if you want to. Remember, winning the game of business was my first series to put out there. I put that series out in 1976, first variation. Then I kept updating it. By the way, when I put this out there, I had $1 million in the bank. Simple. I was 16. How old were you? See, the reality is very simple. I know how to build structure and finance so I get people to listen. The ones who listen get to win. The ones who don't listen, they just go away. Simple. See, division process was born in 1985-86 by me. I created division process. And what happens is your organization, company, can have divisions as a line of defense. If you allow your LLC to do business, when they sue that, they sue you. Your name's on it. You're on the bank accounts on the Secretary of State's website. LLP, C Corp, Nonprofit, PC. They sue you. You're controlling the money. You're the one who screwed up, probably, whatever happened. So the reality is if we protect our assets, what do? So the bottom line is we can play the game to win if we want to. Credit can get dangerous. Well, it's only dangerous when you screw up your credit, which most of you did. So when I set up the system, it's simple, behind the scenes. All cards fluctuate. Sticky time. Discipline makes it not dangerous. These cards don't fluctuate. The backup for the backup to protect your family. What's dangerous is our lack of knowledge, is our stupidity. We're not stupid, we follow stupid. So the reality is very simple. When it comes to a corporation, get the corporate credit. It's a write-off. The only credit you can write off for the corporation is the corporation's credit and interest rate. Let it finance itself instead of hurting your family. Most of you hurt the family instead. That's called wrong. I call it dumb, to be honest with you. You're not dumb, you follow dumb. So if I get $350 for the corp, they have 6 ink cards to do it for every division. I can build foundation and build dream. It's a write-off. Every card can be daisy chained. These are 100,000 paid over time limit. How many would you like? American Express is trying to give you $9.99. Corporate credit is a write-off, hell yes. See, that way you can finance your dream with your foundation. Problem with you, most of you, you don't listen and learn, and you fall on your face and you come back and I have to fix you again. Checkbook money, your banks. I'm going to say Chase is my favorite. U.S. Bank is number 2. B of A is number 3. And then basically Wells Fargo number 4. Why? Wells Fargo is the most indicted bank on the planet. Okay, unfortunately they suck. But their settlement last year was $2 billion again. They stole my identity twice while I was in a coma. B of A, all the banks will give you a line of credit per division. That's what these are, lines of credit. How many would you like? You're up to $150 each. Would you finance your dream? It should be a division. Maybe the division's for crypto, Bitcoin, gold, silver, stock trading. Me, at the end of the day, no matter what you do, I'd like you to use basically corporate credit to do auto income. What I designed years ago is this. Take a picture. It'll last longer. Simple. There you go. You want a mouse pad? DM us and give us your information. We'll send you a mouse pad. But you need to fill out the form, give us your phone number, address, and everything else. See, today, every one of you should have what's called a rapid rescore. If you want to rebuild your life, it's 800-254-9506. That is in the link tree as well. That's the phone number to the office. People will be here in about 2.5 hours. But again, what do? If you want to build foundation and dream, and what I'm talking about today, it is 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You compared your time zone with mine, it is 4:14 right now in the morning. So 4:14 in the morning, what time zone are you in now? What you should do is understand. I'm going to build a blueprint on our whiteboard in the next building over, because that's our Reynolds University. And I'm going to help you and get you some free downloads. But again, it's going to be up to you as well as you play this game. If I was you, I'd basically want to get financial freedom. When I put it in my book in 1976, Cash Flow Free at Time, I wrote that. I had to go after someone who used it as well, just like I had to go after Tony Baloney sometimes. When he tries to use the blueprint of success, I own the rights to that. So again, what do? We have a division that's managed by a management company. A division for Bitcoin, crypto, gold, silver, stock trading. An apartment complex, a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box, okay, an apartment complex, maybe a gas station with store. See, auto income or businesses run by a third party management company. You don't run a laundromat car wash. Even though my ding dong clients, you need a car wash laundromat. No, you don't. You need to own the damn thing. It's run by a management company. You don't work at the laundromat and dry cleaners. Only silly people do that. Okay? The company has a division that owns them and manages them through a third-party management. Now you create auto income. Your auto income should be $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. Depends how you position yourself first. That means you own an asset the rest of your life. From there, I changed things in 1985-86 for division process. And then in the year 2000, I created something called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. This is the goal. 12-book CDs, and it helps you build your foundation to the millionaire dream. Every one of you today should be in a rapid rescore. Let's write down rapid rescore. About 49 years ago, I created rapid rescore, working with Harold Stokes and Ken Yarborough. It helped the mortgage companies. Rapid rescore and rapid refresh today blocks crap, pushes scores up. If we were doing a rapid rescore for you and rapid refresh today, the paralegals here would rebuild you for free. They'd analyze you for free too. But again, this is how we work to play the game, to get to know people. From there, then you build your structure. You build your financial dream. And I'm in trades and I can't take it anymore. Well, I'm in the trades and I can't take it. Well, the reality is you don't build your foundation. Every one of you have a problem. This is Phil Collins 420 up here. Your problem is you. Your lack of knowledge is, our dumbness. If you stay tuned and you play with me, I'll teach you the rules and tools. I'll guarantee if you do what you're told, you'll have a corporation doing $1 million a year easily. And you'll get anywhere from $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. See, structure builds finance in the dream. But if you listen and you scroll in and out, you see the circus clowns. The biggest clown out there is basically Grant. Don't buy a house. He has 2 for $50 million each. He's the double talker. No. Your paycheck today is taxed. You have an SS5 form. You don't know what the hell an SS5 is. None of you do. Until I explain it to you. So write down SS5 equals SSN in 1040. Your paycheck is taxed. You get the leftover. And everything you touch is taxed again and again and again. There's the biggest problem. You're not doing tax balancing. All right, you're doing tax whatever you're trying to do. It's crap. Sorry, it's just true. If you basically understand tax balancing, your paycheck, you should write off. And you will have a house, because I said so. It's like the Dave Ramsey, or one of the other clowns. Pay off your house? Hell no. The house payment is the only thing that helps you recycle to offset your tax to get your money back. If you pay it down, that's fine. Or restructure, yeah. But then you re-borrow the money again. Borrow money is not taxable. If we kept using re-borrowed money off our house, we'd offset our personal tax return on our paychecks forever. So should we also redo taxes from previous years? Well, again, I'm not here to be an attorney. But a good tax attorney can amortize 3 to 5 years for you as well, but it's up to you. So the reality is simple. My goal is to get you structured in finance and show you what you can do for yourself as you play the game to win. And then that's what I created is what's the best tool to track expense. Focus on using one card. Well, the reality is you don't use one card for corporation. All right, it's like you. Every one of you needs 7 credit cards. You don't even know that. You need to make sure they're all basically what? 29% utilization. What do? You make sure you have gold and platinum for emergency. They don't fluctuate. So you could jack these suckers up $1 million. Your score never dropped to 750. Because of your lack of knowledge, 80% of you have shitty credit scores. They suck. And that's the bottom line. They suck. A wise man builds a foundation on a rock. That's right. Not on sand. So what do? Foundation builds finance and dream. Your corporation will have 10 cards for the corporation or your LLC. Then you'll also have checkbook money. Line of credit 150. Then you're going to multiply that by each division. If you structure within 36 months the right way, you'll have 10 million of credit. So you never have to look back to being the up and down show again. You're on top of the game. right? Finance, structure, finance, and dream. Corporations don't pay tax until they're profitable. Borrow money's not taxable. About 500,000 and 815 credit score. Well, great. Let's structure it the right way. The bottom line is you need to have maybe a blueprint call. Maybe at least show up today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and learn how to play. How to structure in 4 months, how to make revenue. Well, it depends on you, what you do today. Maybe you already have money coming in. The person there's got 500,000, but it's not structured right. Okay, again, structure you and corporation structures from there. As you build the structure in the finance, your LLC, whatever you have, it's like the LLC will convert to S because I said so. Because an S corporation pulls a draw, it's still taxed. The C is double taxed, so it would be S corporation. You don't have a nonprofit. Then you have irrevocable trust. If you have those three things in place, no one can take anything you have in your life as long as you have a division process. Divisions protect your assets, give you a line of defense. With that structure, share the life, share the lie. Let's tap the screen 1,000 times. I give myself hearts. I like me. Always have. Unfortunately, as a kid being used and abused, I thought it sucked. I just wanted out of hell. So basically, what did I do? I studied, read 15 books a week. And then, I went to school, got the paper, but school didn't teach me anything. I'm sorry. I have recall. I can read the book, get the damn test, and get straight A. Big deal. Life taught me life by kicking my assets. Same thing happens with you. Life will kick you, your assets all the time. You'll fall down and get back up again and again, but are you willing to listen and learn? See, you're an adult, you're a man, you're a woman, you know it all. I don't think you know diddly squat. Okay? In the car collection, there was $12 million of cars. Had that at 21, what did you do? I got 2.2 billion of structure at 21. It's not to impress you, it's to show you can do the same thing if you got off your assets. If you listen and learn. Structure builds finance and dream. I'm online 6 days a week, twice a day, Monday through Friday, and 6 times on Saturday. If you listen and learn, you can change your life. But if you don't want to, go listen to Grant, go listen to Kevin, the biggest, stupidest man I ever watched in my life. All right, add your 10,000 cards for your kid for $100. He doesn't realize hot alert, checkpoint. They screw up, the kid's credit screwed up for life. Kevin is an idiot. So is Ryan. They both are. I'm sorry. I don't like stupid people. It bothers me. Okay? I guess I said the word dumb. I shouldn't. I got to say dumb because they didn't like the other word. Okay. Sorry. Okay? So again, could I get that 800 number for the office again? It's in the link tree. It's 800-254-9506. 800-254-9506. If you talk to a specialist this morning, ask about rapid rescore, please. Every one of you need one of those. If you were in a rapid rescore, what happens? Simple. They'd rebuild you for free. Top of that, they'd actually analyze you right away as well. Student loans mess up my credit. Well, the bottom line is there's ways to deal with that too. See, all the things on your credit, you have to target these things. You must target the things you're looking to do. And again, that's where you look at an analyzation. If I was personally to analyze your personal credit today, okay, I would tell you exactly what you need to do to get to all the process, structure, and get to the 100,000 a month. But remember, it's usually 3,000, 5,000 up to 10, and then you multiply again and again. Okay, but again, everything you do is based on what you put into it. Okay, results will vary for everybody because I have clients who do billions. Again, do millions, but again, it's up to you. If you put less in it, you get less out of it. Structure builds finance and dream. That's what your goal is. Always, always, always understand. Today, I'm going to say structure builds finance and dream because we have to focus on God, family, money. Family and my wife became one. So what do we do? And then money. We need money to pay the bills. There's nothing wrong with money. I brought in my first $1 million structure when I was basically 15 years old. Driving a Lamborghini, impossible. Well, it's amazing in 1976 when I put out there, I wanted to help people. See, one of my tricks for me is I never told anybody my age, okay, ever. Till Brandy and my son went blah, blah, blah about a year ago. It's nobody's damn business. But again, I had a beard at 12, driving a car. When I created my Millionaire's Founders Kit, that was fun. Before then, it was winning the game of business. I put this out there when I was 16 years old with $1 million in the bank. What did you do? I just want to help people. Let's go. God gave me a gift and a dream. Let's help people do the same thing. That's what it is. House freedoms means more than any car. Well, the reality is, if you structure, your corporation owns the cars. You don't own them. They're divisions. Why would you own a car? I mean, nobody's that silly, right? Nobody's that dumb to own a car, are they? They'd be a registered owner of a car in today's world. And all you hear are these bloodsucker attorneys suing everybody. They sue the registered owner, which would be that person who owns the car. Nobody's that dumb, right? Nobody's that dumb. I mean, it's a division, right? Everybody has a division for a corporation, registered owner. And they write it off no matter what. Liability is the key. I don't care about the write-off. I care about who's going to get sued. See, the reality is, if you don't structure it the right way, you're screwed up. Corporations, cars, for everyone, yeah. Well, but again, it's a division that has that. See, the only thing I could realize when I set up division process 85, 86, it's a line of defense. It protects the corp, it protects the entity, it protects the family. I mean, if they're going to sue the LLC today, they sue you. Where's the protection for your family? You and your spouse is what? Now basically screwed up. You brought the pain home. I mean, even David Ramsey, the out there Dave Ramsey I don't like because they think he's full of crap. Okay, he went through bankruptcy twice and screwed up twice no matter what. But again, we reward people for their screw ups. I don't get this. Okay? But again, he talks about finance, own everything, don't pay anything. His building, his house, his car, they're all financed. The man's full of crap. Okay, unfortunately, he doesn't tell the truth. He just lies. Grant don't buy a house, but he owns houses. All right, Kevin, all right, does what? Comes out of prison. You got basically Ryan, who tells people to have a credit card for their kid. And this is the dumbest coach out there in the first place. Ryan makes no sense. Everything he says is crap. But again, listen to these circus clowns. Go ahead. They're out there everywhere. If you want the truth, you just go to class, and like you said, you can call the number or you can stay in class. That's what he said. So I don't like circus clowns, to be honest with you. I like the truth. This is my 12th week on TikTok. All right, for over 50 years, I write checks into millions and millions of dollars, second largest advertiser in California for 32 years at a certain point in time in my life. But I write checks to radio and TV. Why not? Well, I decided to try TikTok and social media 12 weeks ago. This is my 12th week. How am I doing so far? I got 32,000 followers in 12 weeks. I'm going to go after 50 next and go in more and more. Then I'm going to invite all my clients. Hey, now I'm on TikTok. Let's have some fun. Let's get to the point we have literally 50 million people on TikTok with Ray Reynolds, just for the fun of it. So again, that's what you get to do. You've been watching for 3 weeks. Hopefully you went to class. It didn't fall in your what? Here's Marco Luna. You were here the other day, Marco. How are we doing so far? Structure, finance, stream. Structure, finance, stream. Simple. God, family, husband, wife, one, money. We get to a rapid rescore. We push our score up. We get rid of all the crap. What do? We put a sticky behind the card. That's structure. We stay at 29%. We get these cards so they don't fluctuate. We maintain 750 the rest of our life. We take our LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC, and we go get a line of credit. Then we make sure we have our divisions and our corporations. We get 350,000 of ink cards per each entity. How many would you like? It's up to you as well. How many would you like? It's up to you. There's no interest to these cards. That's why I like them the best. I'm going to always say Chase is my favorite. All right, until they change the rules. So watching my assignment, Rapid Rescore, on Tuesday. Well, again, that's what we do with Rapid Rescores out there. When I created Rapid Scoring about 49 years ago with Harold Stokes, Ken Yarbles for mortgage companies, people weren't told what they needed to do in escrow. And they're locked in an escrow, they're going to lose their down payment. And that sucks. Thoughts on Section 8. They're good during pandemic. But again, they're only good if you want a Section 8 for a single family house. Or for me, I donate to the nonprofit. Nonprofit gives me up to $112,000 a month. So I'd put Section 8 no. But again, that's up to you too. What do you want to do? Every card can get 99 more cards. So you don't get this, do you? All right, the American Express tries to give you 99 more cards in the beginning. You don't need to think about that. If we build structure for ourselves, wrapper rescore, structure, finance stream, 750. Then we look at LLC, what kind do you have? There are 9 types. What do you have? LLC, LLP, nonprofit PC. All right, what do we have? C Corp, S Corp. That there is on Secretary of State's website. So it's like Diamond here, Nicole. Let's understand. If she had structure and finance today, within 12 months, I think she'd have $100,000 a month. But again, it varies based on what you put into it. Okay, I have clients that do $1 million a month, clients that do 100,000, clients that do 4,000 a month. See, it's structure. Structure is finance in the dream. If you go to the 3 o'clock live today, we're going to have a blueprint call, actually a blueprint on the board. Then we can set up a blueprint call. This should be your structure. This should be your dream. It's called auto income, peekaboo. Simple. All right, if you want a mouse pad, let us know. You DM us and give us your information. Talk to one of the specialists. See, what happens is mouse pad shows you auto income. Auto income should be up to $100,000 a month. That's what I believe. But again, it could be more than that. It could be less too. See, based on what you put into it, if you plan on selling a company, isn't a C Corp better? No. Why would you sell a company? Okay? See, the problem, you're going to sell a C Corp. C Corp's a double tax. Are you going to get it right? You ask the same silly question all the time. C Corp's a double tax. Knock off the C Corp. Okay? But here's the problem. All right? If your C Corporation is double taxed, if you turn it into an S Corp before you do this, all right, you can convert it, basically have the trust receive the money. See, your problem, you're doing it wrong. Then you go, how do you do that? Pay me. Okay? If not, learn on your own. Wait till you screw up. You can come over and I'll charge you 10 times as much. Because you're stubborn. You keep wanting to do your way. Your way sucks. Sorry. I get back and forth. You take so much time from other people and you don't hear the first time I said it. I hear again and again. Where's $100,000 income coming from? Well, Wallace, it's simple. Why don't you own 25% of a Wendy's restaurant? How about a storage unit? How about a laundromat? How about a car wash? When I wrote the first books on car washes and laundromats 47 years ago, it wasn't to have you work there. It was you own the damn things. Own them. If you own a business, okay, you can basically own pieces of businesses all day long. Why don't you own an apartment complex managed by a third party? How about a Wendy's? How about Jack in the Box? How about a storage unit? Storage unit is the dumbest business in the world. Why? Because any dummy can own one. And all it does is replace income, enhances income. So there you go. I mean, that's auto income. I've done this since 1987, so the reality is very simple. If you listen, you can learn. But again, what do? Thank you, I heard you. Just want to clarify. Appreciate your time. Get into the class, all right? Go to 3 o'clock. Get into some coaching. Get into some specialists to help you. Get into something, okay? Simple. That's all it takes. So guess what we get to do? We get to buy basically what we need to. Well, the reality is very simple how you structure. Understand? I think a business, if it's making money, should never be sold. It should be a division. I think you should borrow against it and leverage the money to more money. See, the problem is like Dave Ramsey's thing the other day. I'm glad your house is paid off. Now, that's called stupid. Oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to use that word. Don't get mad at me, TikTok, please. It's called dumb. If your house is paid off, how do you basically get your money back on your paycheck? Tax return, you don't. If you refinance the house, you can offset taxes. Borrow money is not taxable. You could recycle the borrow money from your own house and offset taxes on your paycheck forever if you want to. See, there's the problem. You're not learning and listening the right way. Again, how do you do these things? Pieces. We have to start somewhere. Share the live, tap the screen 1,000 times. So I gave myself hearts. See, I like me. Always have. Even though they put me down and I got used and abused as a kid, I focus on me. See, I had to do self-motivation. I've done it all my life. I'm one of the few, not one of the many. And I'm going to tell you, I always say one thing. If someone asks me how I'm doing, it goes, always good. Thank you, Jesus. See, every time I say always good, thank you, Jesus. my mindsets. It works for me. And all the people being nosy, how you doing, little boy? They know as you used and abused. They didn't give a crap. See, no one gives a crap about anybody, in my opinion, in my life, okay? My wife does, my kids do. I got 6 beautiful kids and a wife. Before then, I didn't have a mommy and daddy like you. I didn't get a family. I got screwed over. I had to be the example for the world, and I had to get nobody at all. Sucks. But I learned, all right, to get the American dream. Live on the hill, drive the car of your dreams, and when it suits you, they get diddly squat. See, you got to protect your assets. You got to fill the structure and the finance and the dream. Without structure, finance, and dream, you can't make it. It's not going to work. Do you understand? Come on. The average person here is 47 years old. You're 75 to 20, and you've been screwed up your whole life. Congratulations. You don't have the structure. You're going to listen to circus clowns and fall ass, all assets all the time. It happens every day. If you don't structure the right way, I'm sorry, that's your problem, not mine. I don't bring the pain on like you. I have everything I want. I used to do the same thing if you listen and learn, but it's up to you. It's up to you if you structure. Finance, dream, structure. Structure builds finance in the dream. We can actually go get the pieces that we want to. We don't have to listen to a bunch of circus clowns out there. Grant, Tony Baloney, okay? Kevin, okay? Mike, okay? You get the other one, Ryan, who's the lousiest coach on the planet. He teaches so much crap, it's ridiculous. It's going to get people in trouble, okay? But again, what do? Okay? It's like anything else. As we play this Michael, who just got out of prison. It's ridiculous. You listen to these circus clowns. Alex is a drunk driver. He almost killed somebody. His wife was arrested 6 times, and you guys cheer them on. I don't understand. All right? What they teach is crap, in my opinion. But again, if you want to cheer on drunk drivers and 501, drunk driving people and people arrested 6 times, go for it. The circus clowns have to stop. I've been now on TikTok, social media for 12 weeks now. I want to help people. I want to give them the truth. But again, you have to build finance and structure the dream. Without it, you're not going to get it. It's how it works. Tap the screen 1,000 times, share the live. You share the live today, instead of paying $20 for the book, you get it for free. It's called Starting Out Right for Your Kids. It's free. It's a download. Free if you share the live. But again, I want you to read it as you get a copy for your kids in high school and college. If your credit sucks, okay, I don't want you to use a book called File Segregation that Ken Yarburn wrote in 1987. See, I'm the guy that helped train him, and he was security chief at TRW Experian, oldest card, and 29% rule and tool. The back of the book would always show me, it's the highest kick on the planet, 13 feet, kicking out the light, because the Guinness Book of Records guy pissed me off. One of the cars in the 21 car collection, one of the mansions, one of the yachts. Hell, why not? See, if you listen and learn today, I want you to get, if you have bad credit, winning the credit game. It's a free download. It'll save you $50. There you go. I've written 67 books so far. If you look in the book, you'll see some of the Lamborghinis, part of the club. 21 cars in the collection. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Mercedes, and all kinds of goodies. See, I like goodies, but I got my first one as a kid. All right, I don't need to go rent one for social media, go blah, blah, blah. So today, if you tap the screen, all right, and you share the live, you get the free downloads and an articles of corporation if you don't have them already, right now. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Look at your watch for the time zone. I'd like you to be online today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. All right, I have right now, let's see what it says, it's 4:39, okay? So 4:39 is what we have today, okay? 4:39, fantastic. So what do we get to do? Have fun, 4:39. If you're online at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time with me today, for an hour and a half, I'm going to demonstrate in our next building over what is called a blueprint. So you can repackage your life if you want to, but it's up to you. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. If I get you this American Express card for $100,000 paid over time limit, I'd like you to put some of it in Bitcoin, some stock, some gold, some silver, and auto income. One card can change your life, and you build up the structure and the finance as well. Share the live, share the live. Thank you, Jay. Very simple. If we share the live today, we can help you even more, but it's up to you. 800-254-9506. It's in the link tree. You don't have an LLC, you need one, want one, or an LLC Corp or S Corp, whatever you want. It's in the link tree as well. See, the goal is to help you. My credit is not good enough for a new card. That's not true, Tim. All right, let me position you. Let me do a rapid rescore. Let me push your score up. See, rapid rescore and rapid refresh pushes scores up. Maybe you need to get a courtesy checks and reduce some of your debt to ratio. I'll help you do that too. See, the goal is to repackage every one of you. The goal is very simple. I heard Bitcoin will be 150,000 by the end of the year. I told everybody it would be at 61. They told me I was wrong. Guess what? I've never been wrong on a projection. Sorry, never been wrong yet. That's not to be arrogant. Okay, that's not to be arrogant. God gave me a brain. Okay? What should be rich and pick up young women? What? Want to be rich and pick up young women? I don't like that. Okay? Fall in love and get a good wife. Okay? Be one. Don't want to pick up right women. Okay? Because you don't need to be a player. Okay? All right, being a player doesn't make any sense, but it's up to you as well as we structure this. So what do? So I got to go around the office a little bit today. Get things a little organized. So if you want to follow me, you can ask us some questions as well. Okay? So again, what do? All right, we structure and we build the finance. But here's your problem. When I talk about Bitcoin for a division, your problem is you're buying it out of you. You're buying Bitcoin, okay, and what happens next is I'm cutting the wicks off the candles because Brandy says we should, okay? So what do? Well, if you buy Bitcoin under you and you sell it to anything else, you're going to pay tax no matter what you do. It's kind of silly. It's kind of dumb. Did you realize that a division allows you to recycle money and credit and you gain 47%? Up to 47%. Divisions allow you to recycle money and you gain up to 47%. I'll say up to because someone will be lazy. Well, I didn't get 47% because you didn't do a damn thing. That's why you got nothing. See, if people listen and learn, everything you do is based on a fluctuation of what you put into it. It's not easy. Okay, peekaboo, it's dark here. Going through the alley, gonna walk through the office a little bit. Set it up, no problem. You can learn to play if you want. And what do we have to do? We have to play the game to win. Okay, here's the men's restroom, okay? Gotta light their candle. So, a division allows you today literally to fluctuate money and credit up to 47%. So it's not just the point about Bitcoin going up to 150, blah, 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 okay? It's gonna fluctuate a little bit more. It's not done yet, fluctuating. It's all based on who's talking on the social media, who's talking in the government, everything else, what you do. Women's bathroom. So, but if you had a division that was set up for Bitcoin today, you'd find out flat out today, if you use credit to finance, listen to the words, credit. If we use credit to finance the division that bought the Bitcoin, you use borrow money, it's not taxable. Borrow money is not taxable, therefore, you could use money and credit to fluctuate up to about 47%. See, this is how I make my clients into billionaires, okay? Not just millionaires, but let's go to the next room. This is the Ray Reynolds University, okay? I've set up, and I have 2,100 and some odd pictures of rich and famous and some presidents of the United States of America and all kinds of stuff. I am the largest registered agent in the world, by the way. I've sold more corporations on planet Earth than anybody, times 10. So if you listen and learn, you can change your life. But if you don't, that's up to you. I can only help the ones who want to be helped. Got it so far? Today, we're going to take this whiteboard here, and we're going to design a blueprint for every one of you. What we're going to do is have some fun. Again, we're going to talk about fluctuation, about credit. You got to knock it off and do it my way because I wrote the rules and tools. And you're going to look at trade lines. Nope, trade lines are crap. They're fraud. It's all over the internet. It's crap. You're lying. That's under the Credit Fraud Act. But again, that's my opinion. Not here to be an attorney. So what do? Lines of credit. Oh, good. Here's some more Chase cards. Over here in the classroom, too. 350,000 worth. per division. Capital and sparks are good, gold, plat, blue, and greens, but they show up in both files. See, the gift is all corporate credit but one shows up in no file of yours. You get these. They don't fluctuate. Again, you don't need your sticky. But again, American Express offers you 99 more. How many would you like? See, the bottom line is God put you here today if you paid attention, listen, and learn. And I repackage your life if you want me to. This is like my race cars, my race motorcycles and boats. Bum, bum, bum. They're all a damn write-off to the corporation. Your car? Why the heck would you have a car? These cars are registered to division corporations. Why? I don't want to be a registered owner. Why? Because I'm not dumb. Neither are you. Unfortunately, you did dumb. Sorry to say, but it's true. Again, we get to play the game and win. So guess what we get to do today? Listen and learn, and I'll change your life if you want me to. I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. Simple. I tell you the truth. I'm blunt and I'm direct. So if you screw up, I'm going to say you screwed up. Sorry to say it, but it's true. Again, that's just how it works with me. I don't have any game to play besides winning the game of business I wrote when I was 12 years old. I was writing it all the time. 15, then at 16, I put it out there. It's kind of fun. It's a call center, okay? In the call center, you're going to see something on the wall in a second when I walk around. You have your paralegals in this department. Like I said, every one of you need what's called a rapid rescore today. Rapid rescore would allow them to rebuild you for free and analyze you right away. Our paralegals are here, all right, when they sit here. They're not physically here yet. Daniel is our IT engineer. He's a genius, which is great. Been on social media now, only 12 weeks. Got 32,000 followers in 12 weeks. How am I doing so far? I'm going to let all my clients, I had to make a decision, am I going to stay on social media instead of just writing checks for radio and TV, which I've done for 50 years. At one time, being the second largest advertiser in California. Very simple. For 32 years. So I have to make that decision. I want to be on social media. Okay, well, TikTok's 12 weeks and 32,000 followers. So if I allow all my clients or tell my clients to be on social media, I might have 50 million people, all right, on my dashboard. I wonder if that'll be fun, okay? Well, does anyone else have 50 million people? I got to check that out. So again, you're going to be a fan. That's great. On the wall, it says, make a friend, make a buck. What does that really mean? Our employees have been told to train or listen and learn to people first before you ask for money. In other words, make a friend. See if we can help them. We'll just take their money. You know sales is going to sell you something. Let's just be honest with that. It's very simple. So they're going to sell you something. That's how it works. Again, we have our break room here for our employees. Now, of 100 people you hired today, 100 people, okay, 80% of them suck. Sorry, that's true. 80% of the people you hire will be lousy employees. They'll milk the job, they'll take advantage, and they're not worth a damn, 80%. Your 20% will push out the 80% pretty fast because they don't want to jeopardize their bonus, their raise, and everything else, and that's the goal, how it works. So you will recycle employees till you get your 20%. Always remember, it is God, it is family, it is money. My wife and I became one 20 years ago. God, family, money. That's how it works for us. So God gave me a gift. The gift is very simple for me, okay? I got total recall in most things. My IQ's off the chart. I tested out at T. Wicker Junior High, never went to high school. I was at West Coast College, all right, 14 and a half in a government program. So again, it's like make a friend, make a buck, yes. So if we give a damn to help people, we can help people for real. I give myself online twice a day, 6 days a week. All right, twice a day, Monday through Friday, and 6 times on Saturday. You won't find anybody who has my knowledge on planet Earth. The reality is when a company pays me, they pay me up to $30,000 a day, which is kind of fun, and up to $5,000 an hour. But again, I try to help people who really want to go get it. Hopefully that'll be you as we do this today, if you want to play the game. To me, I see it, believe it, and go get it. That's what I've said all my life. See it, believe it, go get it. Because we have the ability to do that. No one has to bring the pain home ever. You bring the pain home because you didn't know how to play. To me, it's all been a game since a kid. I turned it into a chess game. It made sense to me because it was easier that way. I like to win the game of business. So ladies and gentlemen, today, as we get structured, I'd like you to join me at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time if you want to. Very simple. We get to play the game. We get to win. But it's going to be up to you. All right, share the live, help me, help other people. Look at your watch. It is basically 4:50 in the morning. I start at 3:15 usually in the morning because I'm up at 1:45 having fun. So again, you have chances to change your life if you want to. Tap the screen, share the live, get your free books. All right, anywhere from share the live, you get, winning the credit game. All right, just starting out for the kids, even your corporation in pieces. I got to check 19 bank accounts, 19 emails, and basically 64 credit cards. And I got to get ready because at 6 o'clock, the first crew comes in. If you need to talk to someone today, it is 800-254-9506. It's 800-254-9506. Specialists will get here about 6 o'clock in the morning, about an hour and 20 minutes. Give them time to get checked into their computers and stuff. Let them help you. If anything today, the minimum thing you should do is be in a rapid refresh. They can rebuild your credit and bring your score up and away and rebuild you and get analyzed right away. From there, you show up today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I will show you, demonstrate for an hour and a half, have your stickies, tab of stickies, your tab and pen, and your personal credit cards in front of you. I will help rebuild you, and I'll show you exactly the truth, how to get to the millionaire status. It's up to you. So we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the day. Very simple. God loves us all.